Right, so in our last tutorial we set up require.js and you can see what we have here. But let's start by bringing in one of our more common external dependencies, which would be underscore. That's sort of the lowest level external dependency that we have. So underscore imports itself in a little bit of an interesting way. Because it needs to be compatible with a sort of old-fashioned way of just inlining it via script tag, it has a lot of functionality inside of it to allow it to be either included as a script tag, in which case it establishes itself as a global underscore variable, but also the ability to export itself as an AMD module, which is what require.js expects. So see, I think if we go down to the bottom here, you can see, yeah, it does a little bit of magic. This is underscore source code. It does a little bit of magic to check whether the define function exists, and if it does, it tries to declare itself as underscore. So we're just going to use that very simple approach for now. So the way that that's going to work is, let's first edit our index.html file. So I'm going to split this up into a few different script tags. So first we will we'll import require.js, and then rather than using the sort of short syntax for require.js, we're just going to import our initialized file manually. Okay, and then in between here, what we'll do is we'll require underscore. So we'll keep that in our external directory. I'm going to come back to this and rename this file in a second, but let's do that for now. So now we need to download underscore. So what I like to do is, again, I like to keep the versions named based upon, or the external libraries named based upon their version. It's a pretty common convention on GitHub to have a tag for each version that you release of a project. So here we can see we're on version 1.8.3, which is what we use at Hearsay, I believe. And here's the code for that, so we can look at it in its raw form. It's a rather convenient link, and usually what I do is I just copy that, and then we can go to static JS external, and we can use wget to pull that down. And again, I like to keep these things named based upon their version number. So 1.8.3, that way we know what we've got. And now we need to rename that in our index.html file. Whoops, not sim, vim. So we'll say 1.8.3. Cool. And now inside our initialize function, we can depend upon, this is the sort of way I like to lay out this little module syntax. I like to have everything on its own line. So we can say here we want underscore, so we're importing underscore, and then we're going to import it as the underscore character. Now let's just do something really simple with it. So I think the main thing we use underscore for is templating. So let's create a really simple template here. So the way underscore's templates work is you call underscore.template, and you pass it a string. So let's just do like a little hello world here. So we're going to say hello, oops, pardon me. So we're going to say hello, and then we'll pass in the name. Right, so we should be able to pass in a name to this template and have it print out hello, that person's name. So what this does here is this actually returns a function. And that function, when passed an object, will return the template as it filled out with its data. So for example, if we do document.body.innerHTML, this is just a simple way to put some text on the screen. Template, and then so that's a function, right? Our underscore template function returns a compiled function given the string that we passed it, and we pass it a name, and so we'll say Jordan. Right? So this template function, which we've defined here, accepts an object, which is the variables which we passed into this template string, and it will output the compiled template. So let's try that. So if we open our index.html file, oops, I could spell. Alright, so something didn't work. Let's see what we did wrong. Okay, so it's missing a semicolon, initialize. That's easy enough. What did we do wrong here? It seems confused about something. Which line didn't it like? Line 7. I typed a colon, not a semicolon. Classic mistake. Alright, so here you can see we've got hello Jordan. So just to review, we've imported underscore based on this name, which underscore itself defines for us. This is an unusual system where the AMD module that underscore defines declares its own name, and that's basically so it can easily exist with Backbone, both in an AMD environment such as require.js and in a sort of old-fashioned environment where everything is just declared in the global namespace. So yeah, we'll sort of continue to refine this in further tutorials, but for now we have a little hello world using underscore templates, which we've imported and set up via our index.html file. Alright, until next time.